Welcome back. We are going to go over a couple things real quick. First, you notice the Durango is not parked right there because it's had its first problem, which appears to be the transfer case. And there's been an entire debacle as far as warranties, if they cover it, if they won't cover it. It's factory, it's not. It's been a little bit of a problem. Also, I recorded me installing the Apple CarPlay module in the McLaren, and well, I'm not gonna lie, I did a very poor job. It was shaky and not very well lit, so we're gonna go over that real quick. I'll show you the best parts of it to show you how easy the install was. So we're gonna go that right now. Wiring harness. We got to take this off to get this off. So this sits like this. It has the emergency door latch right here. You're gonna want to snap it first, or it tries to open the door. Mine was already open. That one didn't come quite as easy. It's all right. There's that one wire here to undo. Other than that, I think it's that green one. All right, we undid the green one. That's plugged in. This side. Those two right there. Okay, so it says those are the only three. Gonna stand it up back there against that wall. Right there. So I just kind of tucked it out of the way. Turn it on and it just works. The hardest part was everything was in a different language, and I didn't see the instructions that they do provide on how to switch it over to English. And the other hard part was switching it from whatever version of Android Auto they had it on to actual Android Auto, because I use a Pixel from Google. So other than that, those two things, it was a fairly simple install. Put it back together and it works. Like I said, I've tried it on Apple, I've tried it on Android, I've driven around. It is a little dim, which they did warn you that they're working on an update to make it so you can increase the brightness. Right now it freezes it, but other than that, KKS Supercars, third party, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay is 100% worth the money and fixes the biggest problem I had with the car. I am not Matt Armstrong, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to install. Now back to the Durango, the transfer case. It appears the transfer case went out. The only thing I can say is when I've driven this in four-wheel drive and I try to turn sharp, that clunky feel, that's what I was feeling. I bought an aftermarket warranty, or a service contracts, I think what they called it. Called them up, told them the problem. They said it's covered. Before you do the work, have a shop call us. We'll pre-approve the price, and then they can start the work. So I followed their instructions, and then the shop called them. They said it's not covered. So I have to take it to the dealer because it's manufacturer warranty, which is fine, except they told me to take it to a shop. I didn't take it to the dealer. I took it to the shop I trust, Excel Auto. And then they were basically saying they weren't going to pay anything. They did step up after being on the phone a couple hours with a couple people and say they would pay for the diagnostics time from the shop, because they went back and listened to the initial phone call and agreed that it seemed like that's what they agreed on. So they did stand up and do the right thing there, but I don't really trust the dealerships around here. Maybe it's just me. I look at the reviews, they're not great. So then I called Dodge to see what they could do to work with me to let my shop fix it and see how much of it they could cover or not cover under warranty. And I got them to say they would cover the parts as long as we used OEM, which we're doing. So I just have to give them detailed breakdowns of the parts, part numbers that they put in, and everything like that. They'll reimburse me for the parts, and then I'm just on the hook for the service. They won't reimburse for the time, which I'm totally fine with because I'm getting quality work from people I trust. Warranted or not, that's where I'm at. So we're there. I've been driving the truck around, and that's great. I love the Raptor. It is so much fun. But a couple things I noticed. Getting in and out of it more is I've let it go. So I went and bought some restoration stuff for the plastics. You can kind of see where I have missed a little bit with it to see just how far I've got. You can see it's kind of got on the paint a little bit. You can also see the paint is pretty bad. I've really let it go. This one you can see better. It looks like a bird's had a party since yesterday. But I did all the plastics. You could see some fingerprints and stuff. But I did all the plastics on it. I did not do this because I wasn't sure how it would work. I did this one. It seems to have restored it a bit, so I'll probably hit that up as well. But it's really brought that back. Before, these were turning your fingers black. So there's a couple other things I got to work on here. It's getting a little old. Some things we got to fix. This is just falling apart. Like, got to get a new cover, some of that stuff. But we're gonna bring the truck back. I got clay bars. We're gonna clay bar it. We're gonna polish it, bring that paint back nice. Probably do some new tires, new wheels, and drive it more often. So between the Raptor and the golf cart, we're covered for family vehicles. I've been working more on trying to collaborate with some people, get in front of some more audiences, and I'm gonna get on podcasts. So if you know anyone that has a podcast about business, mindset, cars, whatever, I would love to get on it. So hit me up in the comments, let me know. I would love to try to get on them, but I did go and teamed up with a guy who has one of those really cool camera cars where they got the crane off the back with a really fancy camera. And here's some clips from that. It's a blast. The car sounds great. Their mic made it sound amazing. Little things. If you ever have that opportunity, a couple things I learned was, first, they can set the pace. So you'll notice a couple times I was trying to stay specifically in a spot when if I would have just stayed at a speed, they would have adjusted to me. So I later figured that out and we got it dialed in. But there was a time where I was pulsing the throttle a lot and it was annoying to me. So when I watched it, that's an hour clip, by the way. I'll tag it down below. They were really fun. I've done a couple other things. I did a podcast. I did another collaboration with someone. Eventually it might come out, it might not. I don't think they were super satisfied with the way the video turned out. They had some new equipment. I don't know. If and when it comes out, I will share it in the shorts. Overall, love this car. I am more and more thinking it might be a forever car for me. Never say never about selling it, but it is that nice of a car, so I don't think I'm going to sell it. But this week, I haven't had time to film anything special. Work has been absolutely crazy, and as much as I like doing this, making videos, I've got to make sure that I'm doing the things with my business Key Smart, my mentor, coaching, and this is third on the list for that stuff. So it's not always top priority. I'm going to do videos as much as I can. I don't want to bore you with I'm going to do this and this. I try to do one a week. I'll do a short as much as possible, but overall, I love doing this. For me, it takes the least amount of my time, so I would love if there's something you would like me to do a video about, I want to do it. So somebody asked if I could do a rundown with every business I've had and if I still have it, or if I don't, why I don't have it anymore, like I did with the cars. I am working on that one. It's taking a little more time. I want to make sure that I go into enough detail on everything. But stuff like that, if you want mindset stuff, you want business stuff, I love talking about it. I could talk about it all day. I just need to know what it is you would actually want to hear me talk about. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.